The Rumble rework, aka the Lightning update, is almost here. And guys, I gotta say, we are excited. I know I am not the only one, so that's why I say we. The moves look better. It looks like it's gonna flow better, which means more combo potential, which also means that there needs to be a further balancing of the PvP mechanics, which you may be thinking, hey, this is already gonna be too OP, but the nice thing is the developers have said that they are working on trying to make things more balanced. And so moving forward, having something like this and knowing that they're going to be trying to make it more fair across the board makes me really, really excited. So I want to show you guys what they talked about for the new move sets, and then also just demonstrate a little bit of the previous moves for Rumble. And if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will be doing a permanent fruit giveaway at 2,500 subs. Let's go.
Alright, let me show you why this new lightning rework is actually insane. First off, orb charges are the core of the entire kit. You build them by landing in ones, and the orbs also regenerate passively. The more you have generated, the more attacks you're able to throw out.
So before we get into the moves, I want to say that these orbs are going to be a very core component to the PvP fights, right? So that means if you are going up against a Rumble user or a Lightning Fruit user, let's just get used to calling it the Lightning Fruit user now. That means that you want to try and prevent them from building up those orbs. If you see a player coming up to you and they have a whole bunch of orbs, you might want to start running or changing up your strategy, or at the very least, get your attacks in first. And at the same time, if you are the Lightning Fruit user, then you want to get those orbs as quickly as possible.
First one is a Z skill, which has 3 different versions. And every single one has a purpose. And I'm gonna call them Z1, Z2, and Z3. Alright, the first one is gonna be Z1, which costs 1 orb. It's a fast projectile that explodes on contact. It's great for quick pressure and poking at range. Alright, and now we have the second one, which is Z2. It also uses 1 orb. You just have to hold it a second longer, but instead of just damage, it pulls the enemy in and it stuns them briefly. It's perfect for setting up combos or catching opponents that are trying to escape. Alright, and then we have the Z3, which costs 2 orbs to use. It launches you forward and sends out an electrified dragon that explodes on impact. It's really fast, it hits hard, and covers a lot of space. But it also has a hidden ability. If you're close enough, it turns into a grab that unleashes a full combo on your opponent. It's aggressive, flashy, and super satisfying when it lands.
Okay, so right off the bat, I gotta say, it is nice to have 3 variations of just 1 button press. That means that you do have more combo potentials. You could try and release the move quicker. You can take a little bit more time, make it a little bit more risky. By taking more time, you are obviously giving your opponent more time to set up for their potential attacks. But hey, if you take the time and you connect on that 3rd Z move, woo, the combos that you could do, the visuals of it, it looks absolutely incredible. So if we go back in time a little bit for Rumble, we can see there are 2 versions of the movesets because of the Awakening. So here with the first version, the Z button is the Rumble Dragon. And don't get me wrong, it's okay, but obviously it's nothing to write home about. The new variation of this looks way, way better. I think we can all agree on that. And similarly with the upgraded or awakened version, the Lightning Beast move, this one does look better than the first version, but still it's got just way too many edges, and I think that polishing that out, adding more layers to it, definitely makes this move look more flashy. And keep in mind that that's essentially a theme that we're going to be seeing with all of these older moves. They're going to be too basic in design, either using rectangles or cylinders or circles. It's very basic, and having this more flashy style, it does make me wonder if performance issues will come into play. But that is something that the developers have been talking about, that they've been addressing very, very closely. They're trying to make sure that when we have PvP moving forward, that you're playing the game, that it's smooth, because let's be real, a lot of people are on mobile. So personally, I think that we should be okay.
Next up, we have the X move, and this one's cold. It creates storm clouds similar to the old version of the fruit. They stay up, they linger, and they're not just for show. These things are the setup for some of the nastiest interactions in the kit, which I'll be showing you guys later on throughout the video, so stay tuned.
Now Now with the X move, you're going to notice that the name of it is the same as the Awakened version of X. So Thunderstorm is the name. The first version was Sky Thunder. When I saw this, it does make me wonder if we're still going to have the same first version set and you still have to awaken the fruit in order to get these new ones, which would be a little bit weird because the first version moves, they don't look very good at all. And then to have the upgraded Awakened version be so dramatically different, which would make me feel like they need to even rework the first version set moves. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But for the first version set, which was called Sky Thunder, it does look like it has a pretty good radius range of attack, or AoE, area of effect. And meanwhile, the Thunderstorm also has that, but the visuals for it, it looks a little bit better. And I will say that the idea of this looks pretty close to the same, but the updated version definitely looks graphically much nicer.
Now we got the C move. The C move is still based on the previous version, but now it's been completely leveled up and upgraded. Same concept, but the range, the visuals, and the overall impact are on a whole different scale.
So same thing as the last move, Sky Judgment. This is what we saw in the Awakened C move. The first version one of Sky Beam actually looks like you're essentially causing this big beam to come out of the sky, almost like from a satellite, but more so from a cloud. It almost makes me feel like you're trying to make the other person turn Super Saiyan. Now, the updated version of this move, it does appear that the clouds look more clean. You can see some of that electricity going around on the outside. And when we compare that to the old version, we basically just have bolts of lightning all striking down on one point. So once again, points go to the upgraded version, the new version. Let's be real, guys. It's going to be really hard to try and go on a downgrade with all of these moves.
This was my favorite one. The V skill is a charged explosion. You can hold up to 4 orbs to power it up. The more orbs you use, the larger the explosion and the more damage it deals. So it's not just for show. It's not just big, it's ridiculous.
Thunderball Destruction, once again, the same name as the Awakened version of the moves. So this is the V move. And when we take a look at the first version, it was called Thunderbomb. Personally, I thought Thunderbomb was pretty cool. Gave me a little bit of a vibe of a Spirit Bomb. And with Thunderball Destruction, pretty similarly, but because of the color, it gave off more of a death ball, more like a Frieza type move. And I did like that it created this sense of a crater, but visually it was super basic. This new version is really nice, and I do like the fact that with the collection of the orbs, you can make it even bigger.
And then we also have the F skill, your teleportation. On its own, solid mobility. But if you charge it with 1 extra orb, it deals damage and chains enemies. Every single dash costs 1 orb. That means you can dash up to 4 times if you have 4 orbs. This fruit also has some hidden abilities intended for PvP players to create longer combo chains. Let me show you how the Z skill can interact with the X skill's lightning clouds. When I cast these lightning orbs into the sky, they will actually get absorbed into the lightning clouds. As the clouds absorb the orbs, it will extend my lightning strike combo for a much longer time. And if you think that's powerful, watch as I use the third Z ability, the Z3 Dragon, in the same way. When your dragon touches these clouds, the clouds will enhance your electrified dragon and allow you to aim this raging beast back towards the ground below.
I mean, guys, what more is there to say? You get to summon a literal lightning dragon from the sky to come crashing down. It looks incredible. And it's really cool that such a basic move, being able to dash, has more versatility where you can combine it with the other movesets. Again, increasing combo potential. Before, the first time that you got this fruit, when you unlocked the F move, it was called Lightning Dash. And it was kind of like the Flash. You just get a quick little burst forward, some lightning streaks that go behind you, nothing flashy. And then the Electric Flash, it did look slightly better, but not much better. That one you had 3 charges, all charges replenishing every 12 seconds. And it gave you an opportunity where you could do just a tiny bit of damage, a little bit of a stun effect. So while not completely useless, it was not really that helpful. The new version looks like it has way more potential.
This fruit is non-stop pressure, mix-ups, damage, mobility, it's everything. And if you know how to manage your orbs too, you'll go crazy, trust me. The ceiling on this is high, and once people figure out how to really use it, it's gonna be a problem.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up this video on the Rumble, aka Lightning Fruit update. I'm really excited to be checking out this fruit. Thankfully, I've already got 600 mastery on the rumble fruit, or I should say, again, the lightning fruit. This honestly looks like a really fun fruit to use. I don't know how annoying it may be to go up against in PvP, but we'll have to wait and see. Don't forget, they said that they're doing adjustments on the PvP system, which means that if you are a fruit user of something else, you should have more opportunities to have a fair fight. I'm hoping that it's sooner rather than later. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up like button, and let us know in the comments down below on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate this fruit rework? God bless, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.